Willow works as gondoliera in the love swamp. She gives couples in search of a romantic evening the creepiest, most unsettling time they could imagine. Willow is a mythic brawler who has moderately low health, a moderate damage output, and immense utility with her super. She attacks by lobbing a lantern which creates a small puddle on the ground that lasts for a period of time, dealing damage and then damage over time to enemies upon impact. For her super, she shoots a tadpole that allows her to control enemy brawlers, gaining a damage reduction shield while controlling them. Willow's first gadget, Spellbound, allows her next attack to deal her poison damage all at once. Her second gadget, Dive, momentarily makes her immobile but invulnerable. Her first star power, Love is Blind, moderately decreases the reload speed of a poisoned enemy. Her second star power, Obsession, increases the movement speed of an enemy brawler controlled by her super. Her hypercharge, Psychic Safety, allows Willow to become immune while controlling enemy brawlers. Attack, Lantern's Curse. Willow lobs her lantern, dealing damage over time to enemies hit. Willow lobs a lantern of liquid that shatters and leaves a puddle, much like Barley's attack. The attack deals 3 ticks of damage over 2 seconds to enemies who are splashed and standing in the 2-tile radius puddle. The puddle only damages targets upon impact. However, her attacks reload rather slowly and travel slowly as well. Super, Cure, and Hex. Willow fires a single tadpole towards an enemy brawler, fully healing them and taking control over their mind if it hits. Willow can use the basic attack of the enemy brawler and move them as she pleases. Mind control breaks after 4 seconds or when the brawler reaches 30% HP. Willow fires a tadpole that, upon hitting an enemy brawler, allows her to take control over them and gain a 50% damage reduction shield for 4 seconds. The enemy brawler heals to full health, and Willow can move them anywhere and use their main attacks, but not their super or gadgets. After 4 seconds, or if the controlled enemy brawler is below 30% of their maximum health, or if Willow is defeated, the enemy brawler will no longer be controlled. When Willow is controlling an enemy brawler, she can use the brawler to hold the ball in Brawl Ball to score the enemy's goal, but power cubes picked up by the controlled brawler in Solo Showdown or Duo Showdown will not be transferred to Willow. When Willow's super hits a spawnable, such as Nita's Bear, Tick's Head, Jessie's Turret, or Penny's Cannon, it deals 1500 damage instead. If Big Brawler in Big Game is hit, they will only heal for 10% of their remaining health, excluding the shield gear. If the Big Brawler was below 30% of their maximum health when hit, they will only be controlled for a split second, but still receive the healing. Gadgets, Spellbound. Willow's next Lantern's Curse deals 600 more damage and applies the entire damage instantly rather than over time. Activating this gadget allows Willow's next attack to deal its total damage all at once, plus an additional 600 damage. A gadget symbol will glow above Willow's head, signaling this gadget's activation, as well as a glowing attack joystick. This gadget's cooldown begins after the attack is used. This gadget does not charge Willow's super. Dive. Willow dives for 2 seconds, becoming untargetable but unable to take any action for the duration. Willow dives into a puddle, becoming completely immobile and unable to attack but impervious to all damage for 2 seconds, except for damage or debuffs applied over time, similar to Lu's Ice Block gadget. Star powers, Love is Blind. Lantern's Curse also reduces reload speed of affected brawlers by 30% for 3 seconds. Enemy brawlers poisoned by Willow's attack have their reload speed decreased by 30% for 3 seconds. Obsession. Hexed enemies gain 33% movement speed while mind controlled. An enemy brawler controlled by Willow will have their movement speed increased by 240 points for 3 seconds. The movement speed persists even if the mind control breaks before the 3 seconds are up. Hypercharge, Psychic Safety. Willow gains an invulnerability shield on landing her Hex. She remains shielded until Hex is broken. When activated, Willow becomes immune upon landing her super for 4 seconds. She also gains a 24% speed boost, a 25% damage boost, as well as a 5% shield boost. Tips: if Willow uses her super against an enemy, she can control them to walk away to keep her and/or her allies safe, or attempt to ambush them by bringing them closer, although this is not recommended with only herself. With her Obsession star power, this strategy can be more effective. Be aware that Willow is unable to control herself while controlling someone else, making her vulnerable to third-party enemies or their teammates. Because of this, it is advised not to use Willow's super while being out in the open. Willow's super can be used in a lot of strategies, such as bringing closer an enemy for a high-damaging brawler like Shelly, Bull, Daryl, Spike, Nani, Buzz, Griff, Fang, El Primo, or Leon to ambush them. Make enemies walk towards their own goal in Brawl Ball, although a controlled enemy couldn't self-score. Bringing enemies with a huge amount of gems or stars closer to your team in Gem Grab and Bounty, forcing enemies to go into the smoke in Knockout or Showdown/Duo Showdown, or making enemies walk away from the safe in Heist. Similar to Crow, Willow's poison damage makes her an excellent bush checker, since the poison damage reveals enemies for an extended period of time. Willow also have an advantage over Crow in that she can lob her projectiles to check bushes behind the safety of walls. Willow's super can be used to undo another Willow's super, shooting the super at a teammate who is under the hex of another Willow. Although enemy brawlers are forced out of Willow's super when they fall below 30% HP, it is possible for a controlled enemy to be completely defeated if the opponent's teammate manages to deal enough damage at once. This strategy is most effective against squishier brawlers such as Tick, Piper, Colt, Crow, Rico, Byron, Barley, or Spike, as their smaller health pool allows them to be defeated much more consistently.